Hey everybody, welcome back to Lemon Branch Travels. Today we have an awesome video of my favorite top 10 hacks here at Walt Disney World. So the bottom line is do you want to ride more rides, skip long lines, and add a little extra magic to your Disney day? Well, if that's the case, you are in the right place. And I'm sharing 10 of my favorite Disney World hacks that save time and seriously level up your next trip. Plus, I'm adding an extra bonus tip that you don't want to miss. Whether it's knowing exactly when to get in line or where to skip the wait or how to squeeze in that last minute ride, these hacks are game changers. So let's jump in and make your next Disney day the best one yet. One of the cool hacks here at Epcot, at Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, it just opened. It hasn't been open very long. They've had it over here, the single rider, and it's never been open, but now it is. You will be separated, but it's definitely a single rider line. So we're going to give it a shot, and we're going to see how long it actually takes us. Okay, so one thing to note, the single rider line is hit and miss. A lot of people during the really rush of the day, they think they're going to save time, so they jump in the single rider line. Well, a lot of times what will happen is it ends up being longer than if you just wait in the regular standby. So if the regular standby is posted at a really long wait, and you go to get in the single rider line and it's almost to the front entrance, I would not do the single rider line. You'd be better off just getting in the regular standby line with the rest of your party, or sometimes that actually moves a little faster. We noticed this at Rock and Roller Coaster. They have a single rider there. We got in the single rider line. We lost about 20 minutes by getting in the single rider line versus just going through the standby. So always ask the cast member. So sometimes that's a hack, sometimes it's not. So the way you get past that, ask the cast member. And if it's only just one or two of you, sometimes you might end up with a magic moment like we just did, and we got in the lightning lane instead of having to wait for the single rider. So that is always worth asking. You never know. That hardly ever happens, but it's worth a try. Just talk to the cast members, and you never know what can happen. Okay, so we just had an amazing experience here at Ratatouille Adventure, thanks to one of the greatest cast members. Got to give a shout out to her, and I'm going to show you on the app. If there is a cast member that goes above and beyond, and you want to recognize them, one of the great ways to thank them, because they can't accept tips, but they can take cast compliments, and you can do that right through the Disney app. I'm going to show you how to do it. So this right here, you just come into the main app here, and from the hamburger menu you scroll all the way down and you go to cast compliments. So you just go right here to cast compliments, and then you can do mobile cast compliment by coming down here to put their first name, their hometown that's on their name tag, and then the date of your interaction. So that is a really cool way to do it. Okay, so her name is Donia. So a shout out to Donia from Paris. Her hometown is Paris, working here in the Ratatouille Adventure Pavilion. So thank you so much. That was so much fun because that only took us 10 minutes on the ride instead of having to wait. The posted wait time right now is 60 minutes. So thank you so much, Donia. That was awesome. Okay, when we're talking hacks, if you want to see the Frozen ride here at Norway, there's a couple of rules of thumb. You could either try and do the rope drop. The problem with rope drop is if you're not staying on property. If you are staying on property, you might have a good shot of rope dropping and saving some time there. If you're not staying on Disney property, then by the time you do a rope drop here, it's usually around 45 minutes at the very earliest, even if you can get back here and be the first of that second wave of rope drop. The alternative is just before it closes, so it is now 15 to 9, and so everybody else is starting to line up, getting ready for the fireworks. The wait for this ride just dropped to 20 minutes. So 20 minutes is not too bad considering we didn't have to do any of the rope drops. So if you want to just hold off and wait until all the crowds have kind of dissipated, almost every night it'll start to die down just before the fireworks. So that's a really good hack if you want to ride this ride. Today we are at Hollywood Studios, and we just got into the park for rope drop. Everybody's going crazy. They're running one way, they're running another, and it's just kind of chaos. But we are going to go and try a couple different strategies. Most people are going to the major attractions. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. So as they're all heading back to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, some are running to Rock and Roller Coaster, we're going to head to Runaway Rail and see if that is a good strategy or not, because we are not staying on property. So because of that, we're already half an hour behind all of those who are. But this is one ride that actually will fill up, and the wait times get pretty long throughout the day. So we're gonna start there while everybody else is going to all the other ones. And then I've got a couple of tricks, hacks, hidden gems, things like that that will help with some of the other larger attractions, such as Rise of the Resistance. So stay tuned for that, and I'll show you what we do for that. Okay, so another great option if you want to rope drop the characters, this is only a 15-minute wait right now for Meet Mickey and Minnie. And so they're located back here kind of by the ABC commissary, and you can come meet Mickey and Minnie. And like I said, it's only a 15-minute wait right now. So that's a really good time to do that. So if you have kiddos, that's a pretty quick stop and not much of a wait. Okay, so here we are at Rise of the Resistance. Right now the current wait time is 55 minutes. So 55 minutes if we want to do the standby. But they are offering the single rider, so we're gonna come do that. It's just to the right here. It's actually the exit of Rise, but we're gonna walk down here and go into the single rider. The one thing to keep in mind is you do miss some of the pre-show, but we're gonna go check it out.
Welcome to the single rider.
Thank you, yes.
Perfect, just know that your experience will be altered.
Perfect, thank you.
And then you will be split up as well.
No problem,
Perfect.
Thank you so much. Okay, so how we're gonna know if it's a very long wait is if anybody's backed up right here. So as we come around, I've seen it backed up to about right here before when people have been waiting. So we're getting all the way to, yeah, there's no one even in line. So this is a great way to do it. 55-minute standby line. So that's where you would go. But we're gonna bypass that, and you come this way. Just enjoy this room here. Thank you. Holy cow, there's not even anybody right here. This is crazy. This could be like a walk-on. We are about to find out. We are about to find out. Okay, so backed up to right here. This is not bad at all. This is awesome. Okay, so that is seriously such an awesome way to experience that ride if you have done it before. Now, you do miss the pre-show and a little bit about what the whole premise of the show is, but if you've done it before, it puts you right in, as you saw, where the stormtroopers are. Anyway, instead of a 55-minute wait, we did not have a wait. We basically walked straight on, and there was just maybe 4 or 5 people in front of us, but they put us all onto the same vehicle. So even though they say you could get separated, and most of the time we do, this time we didn't. But that is such an awesome hack, hidden gem. Not so much hidden anymore, but it's definitely a hack. And if you don't have little kids, or if they're okay with riding alone, that is an awesome way to save an hour of your time. So that was 10 minutes for the entire experience, wait time, the whole thing. So definitely give that a shot. Next, we're gonna hit the single rider line here at Smugglers Run. So they do have a single riders line, and kind of the same thing. You could either wait, you know, with your party, or if you're okay with being separated, we're gonna see how long it takes us to do Smugglers Run. So the wait time is 45 minutes. We're gonna go see about the single rider line. So when you come in on the single rider line, there's another hack within the single rider line that we're gonna test and see. Come through here, instead of going right, you come back here to the left. Most everybody goes right. So since nobody sees it back this way, this is usually a walk-on. And it is, check this out. These take you right up to the regular line. It just saved us 45 minutes. There's another great hack. Okay, so that is brilliant, being able to do the single rider line here at Smugglers Run. That was fantastic. It was literally a walk-on. So for our next hack, we're going to head back over to the Magic Kingdom, but we are going to enjoy the fireworks first. So let's enjoy the fireworks, but be ready to pounce, because as soon as these are over, we're going to bust it back to Tron. Okay, after the fireworks, we headed straight to Tron. It was posted at about a 45-minute wait during the fireworks. Now that the fireworks are over, everybody, of course, is just blitzing back to Tron. So what we're trying is, so we got in line. It is 20 after 9. We're going to see how long it actually takes us to get through the line. But it does look pretty long. Tons of people behind us, but there is some switchbacks, obviously, as we first get into line. But we'll see how long it takes us. Could take us about an hour. But all things considered, it's still a little bit lower wait time than if we were trying to do this during the day. So we'll just kind of see how it progresses. Okay, so we just finished up. We're just walking off. It was exactly 1 hour after we picked up our stuff from the locker, and now we're heading out of the ride itself. Okay, so one of my absolute favorite hacks is hitting all of these rides in Fantasyland after the fireworks. The fireworks just kind of naturally, a lot of people are hanging around watching the fireworks, and then a lot of families will go home. They've been to the park all day. They've got tired kids. As soon as the fireworks are over, they start heading out of the park. Well, this is the perfect time to head back into Fantasyland and to do some of these other attractions that are just jam-packed during the day with all these families. Okay, so we just got our absolute favorite treat, and it's right there at the confectionery. Now, this is a work of art. So what we have here is caramel popcorn. It also has M&M's peanut. It's the peanut butter M&M's with the marshmallows. But then they have a dark chocolate, a white chocolate, and a milk chocolate. And we asked for extra, and boy, did they do a good job. Also, don't forget, this is one of the places that if you're going to buy a treat, if you have an annual pass, make sure you show it. You get your 20% here. So with the 2 topping popcorn, instead of it being $14, it's only 11. So 11 and change, I should say. So there you go. Okay, so those are some of my top Disney World hacks to save time and to try and help boost the magic. Plus that extra bonus gem. It is my favorite treat of all of Disney World. So even if one of those helps you have a little bit better Disney day, make sure you hit that like button. It really does help our channel and helps more Disney fans like you find this video. And if you've got a favorite tip that I didn't mention, drop it in the comments down below, because I'd love to hear about it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks again for joining us, and we will see you on the next video.